In the 8 years since Grand Theft Auto 5's release, we've seen Rockstar remaster L.A. Noire, revolutionize the online gaming space, and create arguably the greatest game of all time. But throughout all those years of incredible success, there's one talking point that's never died down. When is GTA 6 coming out, and more specifically, what will it be? Despite nearly all of Rockstar's other projects being massive successes, Grand Theft Auto has a presence in the industry that supersedes any other game. It is the most monumental franchise in gaming, it transcends the medium, and is in a way a cultural event with each of its entries releases. I mean hell, even in 2021, GTA 5 still tops game sales charts. So with legitimate talks of a 6th entry into the franchise heating up, I figured it was about time I had a look at what we know about GTA 6, when it'll come out, and what it will hold. Before we get into that, it would really help me out if you could hit like, and if you end up enjoying the video by the end, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos like it. So, GTA 6, it feels like we've heard just about nothing, right? Well, when we're talking about confirmed information, we definitely don't have a whole lot to go by. Back in April 2020, we got a Kotaku report outlining that a new entry into the series was at least in development, which of course isn't exactly all too specific. But what really stood out in said report was that the 6th GTA game would release as a quote-unquote medium-sized game, that it'd expand over time. Essentially, it's a spin on games as a service, which usually I would absolutely despise the idea of. However, Rockstar really have mastered the art of games as a service within the world of GTA Online, creating a living, breathing world that changes and adapts, with new, meaningful content dropping consistently for the last decade. And although I'm skeptical of how well that formula would transfer to a single-player format, if there's any developer that could pull it off, it'd be Rockstar. This would come off the back of GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, which were two of the biggest games of all time at their release, but with the reports of excessive crunch that have come out over the years, it makes sense that they want to mitigate that stress on their developers with more of a slow burn release. As for the game itself, there's been seemingly endless supposed leaks and rumors over the years, from the clickbait Lispy Jimmy videos to random redditors claiming their uncle works at Rockstar. Some have claimed the game would take place in Tokyo, London, hell, there was even one leak that claimed to be a member of a Brazilian cartel. But among some of the more believable leaks, one setting has stuck time and time again, a setting that makes complete sense for Rockstar to return to. Vice City. Rockstar's alternate version of 1980s Miami is a setting we haven't seen since 2002 in the game with the same name, and it's something that's come up time and time again in various forum threads and news articles. These could be lucky guesses though, as from my point of view, Vice City is the most predictable and the most perfect setting for the next GTA to take place in. Like I said earlier, it's been almost 20 years since Rockstar originally went to Vice City, and as we know, they're a developer that truly embraced their past. I mean, you just have to look at Red Dead 2 to completely understand that. On top of that, Vice City is the only setting that we haven't seen a sequel for. Liberty City shows up in both GTA 3 and GTA 4, and we see the state of San Andreas in GTA 5 as well as, obviously, San Andreas. The only setting we haven't seen twice is Vice City, and I think that's because Rockstar wanted to wait till at least the original's 20-year anniversary to essentially reboot the universe of Tommy Vercetti. And these rumors of a Vice City game were somewhat solidified last year when Take-Two renewed their license of the title Grand Theft Auto Vice City on... I've run out of space. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Online. Of course, that could just be to protect their license, but the timing of the renewal seems too perfect to be a coincidence. As for the supposed leaks themselves, there would be simply too many to sift through all in one video. However, the most recent one to gain traction came in February of 2021, and considering it was pretty minimal in its info, it comes across as far more believable than most. But like, it's Reddit, so, you know. Take it with a grain of salt. The supposed leak laid out that the game would be set in 1970s Vice City, a decade before the time of Tommy Vercetti, and it would go back to focusing on a single protagonist, with a story structured similarly to the chapters of Red Dead 2, but quote-unquote not quite as emotional. This info isn't all too groundbreaking, but it does reaffirm the rumours that have been spewed for the last 5 years. More importantly than that though, the leak laid out a rough release window of October 2023. Personally, this seems a little soon, considering we've not even had the game teased to us by Rockstar. As with their past games, announcements would come years before the final release of the game. If I had to guess, I'd shoot at a 2024 release window, based on how Rockstar have marketed their games in the past. As for the announcement though, that's a different story entirely, because not only do I just have an idea of when GTA 6 is going to be announced, I am 95% sure that we're going to see this game announced in 2022. Again, Vice City released in 2002, and so next year is its 20-year anniversary. Now I know at at the end of the day, that's some fairly baseless information to go on, but the fact of the matter is, Take-Two and Rockstar have been consistently masterful with their marketing. So if they didn't try and capitalize on that anniversary at all, I'd be more than shocked. But of course, that's just me, that's just my opinion, so make sure to let me know your opinion of when GTA 6 is going to be announced and going to be released down in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed this little quick short info dump, this little quick short video, make sure to hit like, it really does help the channel out. We are going, I think by the time this video comes out, we'll be on 3,000 subs, so thank you all so much for that. It's incredible. If you want to see more content like this, along with plenty other gaming content, make sure to hit subscribe. Gaming content, that makes me sound like I do fucking Minecraft Let's Plays. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm rambling. Anyway, Patreon link, Twitch link is in the description below if you want to support the channel. And with all that being said, I've been Joe, aka Found a Scarab, and I will see you in the next one.